I did a little bit of research and I found it out. But we'll talk
Yeah,
about
I heard it through the grapevine that something had happened.
we'll talk about that in the NBA section. But ladies and gentlemen,
I thought we were going to talk about that now.
you want to talk about it right now?
Oh, we can talk about it in the NBA section. I didn't know we had an NBA section.
I mean, we got some NBA things. I mean, here's the thing though. Is that really an NBA topic, or is that like just like
Well, it's really not something we should start the podcast
is
off
it just
with.
like a real world topic? I don't think it's something we should start the podcast with either. So we can't wait. But ladies and gentlemen,
We'll wait.
welcome to a brand new episode of On It. We are here.
I hope we're on the same page. I hope it's something.
Is it?
I don't think we're missing it.
Is it a basketball player's off court?
Who's your skin tone?
Fuck you.
Yeah. He's a hooper though. I mean, he's good.
Oh shit, that was good. All right, so
There's only like 6 of them.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new episode. You got me, you got Devan. We got a lot to talk about today. We got 4 games on a Friday episode to talk about, which is a little different. Yeah. Usually we only got one.
That's very weird.
And they usually suck.
5 games? 4 games.
4 games, and we went 3-1, so not too bad. But
oh yeah.
So we got 4 games to talk about, 3 Thanksgiving games, 1 game that happened or that was played on the first Black Friday
today.
Game. First Black Friday game ever, which I think is
first Friday game, right?
I liked it. I mean, I liked like a 3 p.m. Friday game, bro. Like
cool.
Shit, I'm just
I didn't watch it.
I liked it. Now it definitely could have been a better game. But
yeah, it was
we will get to that. We got all week 12 games to predict, or the rest to predict. Man, you know, I got a couple questions, couple things I've been thinking about. Just a little bit of college football, fantasy football. We got a setup, and then some NBA, and then we got a bracket today. So we got some stuff to talk about, Devin. Let's get into these Thursday and Friday games. Detroit versus Green Bay.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I mean, it's simple, bro. What did we talk about last? What was Detroit's biggest problem last week?
Their defense.
4 turnovers.
Oh, yeah. 4 turnovers. Yes.
What they have this week? 3 turnovers.
3. Yeah.
7 turnovers in the last 2 weeks. Now, we sat here
and said... They had 5 before that, the whole season.
We sat here and said teams like San Fran, teams like Philly, they're going to take crazy advantage of that. They let Green Bay take advantage of them turning the ball over like that, and rightfully so. Now, I will say we need to maybe reevaluate what a fumble is, because now I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, yeah, the whole Tuck rule thing, I get that. Yeah, we can leave that Brady shit in the past, but
yeah,
this whole like figuring out what the release point is of an incomplete pass compared to a fumble.
It's as soon as the arm moves forward.
Okay, here's the problem though, Devin. If your arm is moving forward but the ball is moving at all, it's starting to seem like that is a fumble. That's what it's starting. I'm not saying I think
they're saying the ball was loose.
There was a Jared Goff fumble that, now mind you, it was early in the game, so everything that happened could have still happened, but I think momentum plays a big part of any game. So
when they went up, 20-6 or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know, Green Bay definitely was juiced, but there was a fumble where, you know, Jared Goff's going, and it's hard to tell. It seems like even before it starts to wobble, his arm's going forward, and I know it seems like now every episode we're coming out here talking about a weird rule that we think needs to like get dissected a little bit more. And honestly, it's starting to seem like there's every rule in football needs to just get evaluated a little bit better. But like this, the fumble up here, I feel like it should be pretty simple. If your arm is going forward and the ball is in your hand, it should be an incomplete pass.
100%.
Because
like, as if you propel the ball forward, it doesn't matter if that ball slips or not. Yeah. Like, it shouldn't be a fumble if it's loose in your hand, because it's not like you're running with it and it slips out of your arms.
And maybe it'll take a couple of years, but there's examples of rules that I feel like have gotten better over time. Sure. I feel like there was a time where people couldn't figure out what counted as a catch or like what a football move was. And I feel like we've gotten down to like, all right, like if you catch this ball and you do not take 2 steps, it's gonna be an incomplete pass.
Well, then they had. Well, there's still some weird catch things. I mean, we can figure out when someone's a, a receiver or a runner, but
That's what I'm talking. Just that the hitting the ground control. That's a whole other thing.
then there's that Ravens Jacksonville touchdown where
What's
the side
yeah
of his calf is in,
yeah.
and we're
Well,
calling that
it was
another foot.
one foot was on the other. I don't even remember the calf
Well, no,
going
it
down,
was 1 foot, and then his leg rolled,
but then
and he hit
your ass
his
is
calf.
two
Your
legs.
ass is 2 feet,
Like I
and
don't.
apparently now your calf is 2 feet.
But the whole it seems like they've gotten down.
Yeah, what's a football move? Two
what is a
steps and
football
a
move? There was a time
yeah,
where that was a little shaky.
yeah.
But yeah, now we're sitting here trying to figure out what a fumble is for a quarterback. I don't really like that. It used to be, look, you're back here, you get stripped. All right, it's a fumble.
Fumble.
As soon as you're coming this way with it. I don't know. I feel like even if it gets, I mean, it's damn near the same as if it gets tipped at the line. Like right, the ball, like you batted he's going forward and you're batting the ball down. I don't really.
Wait, so
I don't
that
know.
was the fumble play
That was
that
one
got
of them.
them.
It was. Did they score?
They
Did
scored.
they
They made
scoop
it
it up and
20-6 in the
yeah,
first
okay.
quarter.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I can't tell you. I can't remember if it was the scoop and score fumble, but I'm sure.
Also, that's not a fumble, and the left tackle jumped off. I mean, jumped early, but
You're watching it. You're watching the fumble now.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
no fucking way that's a fumble.
Okay.
He
All right.
threw it.
I thought I wasn't tripping.
He threw the ball 6 yards.
Mm-hmm.
How can you fumble and throw the ball 6 yards?
I don't know. That's a good question. That's a great question, but I mean, Jordan Love decided to make us look pretty stupid and play or have
But
one of his best games on Thanksgiving.
now going back and watching that highlight, and I mean, they scored 9 points the rest of the game. I'm not sure that's a Jordan Love victory.
Well, I mean, his stats speak for itself. Jordan Love.
His stats were decent.
Jordan
Yeah,
Love played.
wasn't
I
bad.
mean, look, Jordan Love looked good. We're not saying Detroit has the greatest defensive.
Detroit has
in
a
the world,
horrible defense,
but they don't have a horrible defense.
It's not good.
It's not horrible though. I like their front eight.
Bad.
I like their front eight.
Front eight's decent, but they're without Chauncey. Their secondary is not good.
Yeah, I mean, and I fuck with Chauncey, but I mean, like, there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of teams out here that got one guy. They're lucky if they got one guy down, and I don't know. I think there's more to it. I think those turnovers play way more are way more of a factor than how good their defense is in the last 2 weeks at least.
Yeah,
but yeah, no, I with all that being said, we don't know what a fumble is anymore. So that's another thing. We don't know what a fumble is. We don't know what a proper tackle is. We don't know.
No, because you can't drop your hips.
You can't drop your hips. You can't lead with your head at all. Like,
dude, if that ever becomes a rule, they're like, oh, he dropped his hips to the left of his leg.
Oh, they're banning it. It's getting banned. It's getting banned. You know it's getting banned.
How the fuck are you going to enforce that?
Devin, you know it's getting banned.
I don't think so.
You know it's getting banned. Come on, bro. It's they're pretty much telling us it's getting banned. They pretty much are.
But if that gets banned, like, where do you draw the line? That's brutal.
It's getting banned, bro. I'm telling you, they're going to. I will not be surprised. I won't be shocked.
I would be surprised if they do that. Bro, I'd be surprised if they enforce it.
Everything else they talk about. Come on, bro. You know, damn everything else they change and all the other safety precautions they've been taking. They are 1,000% taking this hip drop tackle, drop hip, whatever the fuck it's called. It's out. It's out of here. I think. I think it's out of here. I don't know, and I don't want it to be. I just feel like Roger Goodell's a puss. He's going to pull the trigger.
I have no idea how you would ever enforce that.
I don't either.
Or fine him after the game,
bro. You can't truck anymore. You can not. If you're a running back, you better be elusive because Derrick Henry's screwed. What's his name?
Derrick Henry's a little upright though.
But I'm saying, what's his name keeps getting hit with fines?
Use check.
Is it or is it DeAndre Swift that keeps getting hit with fines? Someone keeps getting hit with
Swift's a head down type of guy.
someone's been getting hit with fines, but I don't know.
Swift's putting his head in the dirt.
All of this the safety, like I maybe I'm an asshole, maybe I'm ignorant, but I feel like people need to take a step back and just realize that football is dangerous. And there is a risk in getting hurt, very hurt, somewhat hurt, just a little hurt.
I think football should be treated as an extreme sport where it's like
it
play
should
at
be
your own
treated.
risk.
It should be treated like a combat sport.
Yeah, play at your own risk.
And UFC, boxing should be the same shit as that. And I feel like in some degree it is, because people like us, if we're watching football, we're not surprised when somebody tears something or they get they're concussed or this or that. It's not a surprise, but I don't know. But that's another thing. I don't know who's pushing that agenda of we need to ban this, we need to ban that. This should be a fine. That should be a fine. I don't know who's making those calls.
Fucking Raji.
It seems like the average fan of football doesn't seem to have a problem with any of the things that are being treated as something so wrong.
Unless their favorite player goes out, but I mean, I guess that's what the NFL's protecting. They're protecting their money. Mm-hmm. And their money is in all of their players. Those are the assets of the NFL. So maybe they're doing that, but you're giving us a different product.
You got all these safety precautions, but we lost Aaron Rodgers the first drive of the season off non-contact. Joe Burrow, let's be real, fucked his hand up from. That was some
not the NFL's fault.
But no, I'm saying like things just happen, and both of those seasons are ended, happen, and it's like you can't. That's just a very simple. That's just a very simple example of like you can't avoid everything, but
no.
Even when you're not making contact, shit happens. So I don't know, but that was the only game that we did get wrong out of the 4. So
which I'm fine with. I mean, that was a game the Packers shouldn't have won, at least offensively. But the next game is. I don't think that needs to be talked about. We'll talk about the Thursday night game.
Devan, what the fuck?
I told you not to pick us, and you didn't, and I didn't. So
Devan, I think we're good. What the fuck, bro?
This is the end of our season. This is the end of the Commanders because we're changing the name next year.
What the fuck was that?
Dude, I don't know.
What was that?
The worst part of that is how we allowed that fucker to break the record against us. That sucked.
It's just crazy how like
that felt like shit.
It's funny.
We're like a we'll get them next time team. Where it's like we don't really go for the play on 3rd and 1, and then we're like, we'll get them next time, and then we never get them ever.
It's like your entire team has like Kirk Cousins mentality.
Yeah, where it's like, shucks, darn it.
It's okay.
Frick.
Hey, heads up. Chins up, guys. Chins up. Like
frick.
I
mean, there were multiple 3rd and 1s where we're not going for an inside run or a QB sneak or anything. We're going for a 30-yard bomb and then going for it on 4th down. And it's like, get the fucking 1st down, play from there, at least put some points on the board. Like, we were, like, the minute we go down a touchdown, we're trying to fucking be heroes and take the lead back.
Yeah.
Like, just put points on the board and make the lead not so bad.
And there was no taking the lead back at all.
Dude,
Sam Howell is bad at football.
But it's this fucking passing yards bullshit.
What?
That is propelling him. Well, he's leading the league in fucking passing yards right now. I mean, and then they're like, "Oh, he's a great passer of the football." And you're like, we suck.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
If he's throwing the ball 44 times,
you better lead the league. Yeah,
he better. He's throwing the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah, you're throwing the ball that many times a game. You probably should be leading the league. And with that receiving core, bro,
But he's not throwing the ball to Terry.
Y'all got
Terry
no
had 4
excuse.
catches for 50 yards.
Y'all got no excuse to be this bad. I don't know what's going on with y'all. I guess when y'all traded all your defensive line away,
But it's not like we weren't bad before that.
No, but y'all kind of made it obvious that y'all were just kind of giving up this season. Yeah.
But everyone knows that at least Chase Young was not that important.
No, but he for sure is making. That's San Francisco. Let's talk about that then. You want to talk about?
See, but when you add a mediocre piece to the best
Chase
defense,
Young is not mediocre. I just don't think he wanted to play for y'all.
No, I think he's mediocre.
I don't think he wanted to play for y'all. I think he was a really good player at Ohio State, and now he's really good at San Francisco.
I don't know if he's really good in San Francisco.
I don't think he wanted to play for the Washington Redskins, the Washington
No, I doubt
team, or the Washington Commanders.
No, I doubt he wanted to be on 3 teams in 4 years.
Yeah, he got drafted to a team that was pretty much falling apart, and then became another team, and then became another team. He didn't want to be there. Y'all are honestly lucky to still have a team. So to put all of y'all
No, we're not. No, I would rather us dissolve the entire organization, and then I have to go pick another team.
No. You gotta ride with Washington as long as they're here. But
no, I'm saying, but if we dissolve
or expand,
no more problems.
Where would you want Washington to move to? Like if there was a state that you think should get a football team, where
Timbuktu, where there's no fucking TVs.
All right, so if you didn't want them to play, if you didn't care how bad they were, and you just wanted to pick a state that you think deserves a football team, what would you pick?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. You know what's funny? So are we sure the NFL didn't move the Raiders to Vegas just so they could have Super Bowls in Vegas?
That's exactly why they did it.
Okay, because I put that together. When I'm Thanksgiving, I'm watching, and they were doing the Super Bowl promo, and I'm like, motherfucker.
You know how smart it is to have a Super Bowl in Las fucking Vegas?
Because let's be real, if there was any team that should have moved from the West Coast to Vegas,
Ooh,
no, I was gonna say
Chargers.
It should be the Raiders. It should be the Chargers because the
Raiders had
they got
at least
a fan base.
A good enough fan base. The Chargers had no fan base.
The Chargers going to the Chargers going to Vegas would have made less of an impact to both sides.
Yes.
But no, the NFL completely moved a team to the Raiders.
But I think the Raiders, embody
to Vegas to have Super Bowls in Vegas. Sorry, go ahead.
But the Raiders embody Vegas more so than the Chargers do. I think that fan base, that style of fan,
definitely does. But I just think they have I think they had a more of a solid fan base than they.
Like the Chargers fans seem like, I don't know, Whole Foods people.
They had less reason to leave, in my eyes.
The Raiders, yeah, but Oakland sucks, and I mean playing in the fucking Coliseum, not a good move.
No, but I mean it's still.
I mean the A's are leaving.
To me, it's still cooler than Soldier Field. It's still cooler than fucking.
Sure.
But
when you got a baseball team playing on a football field and a football team playing on a baseball field,
I don't see the problem with that. I think that looks so cool.
Well, now they can do it in Vegas together.
I don't understand what is so wrong with, because that is what made the Raiders tough. They're gonna slam you on the fucking dirt, and you're gonna get You're I like that. I don't think every team needs to have that, but if there's just that one team that's
I know, you know how fucking poor that looks, dude.
Go up to the dime, but you could make it look nice.
You
could have made it look nice, but that's the thing though. If the Raiders were 13-3 on that fucking field, there's nothing you could say.
Is sick.
They'd be bullying you on the ballpark, at the playground.
Yeah.
It would have been. I don't know. I didn't really see a reason for that.
But now that the A's are there might be another indoor baseball field coming.
Oh, and I mean, I don't know. As a non-baseball watcher, I feel like there shouldn't be domes in baseball.
There's a couple.
No, I'm saying I'm against domes in baseball.
Well, the Tampa Dome is the worst field in all of sports. Why are you against domes in baseball?
I don't know. I just like I just like the the open environment, the movie style fucking out of the park idea. Like it's just I don't
Sure.
know. It's a lot better. Like once you got a dome, it's like I don't know. And like part of baseball is like training. Just fuck it. Never
Sure.
mind. Never
Yeah.
mind. We'll
Yep.
wait.
We're packing it up, boys. Sorry. Lightning.
But
But
San
you don't
Francisco,
have to deal
Seattle.
with you don't have to deal with fucking Vegas summertime heat.
That is true. That is true.
But yes,
Seattle
I didn't
versus.
watch this game either. I knew it
So Gino
would be.
wasn't healthy at all. I'm
No,
just
Gino wasn't healthy. No Kenneth Walker. Zach Charbonnet.
he was splitting reps with what's his name something Dallas. I already forgot his name. But that
DJ Dallas.
that defense on the Niners is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Gino had absolutely zero time to make any plays. And it's just like, bro, like watching Brock Purdy play with the Niners offense is like the way we talked about Tua is how we like should be talking about Purdy, because like
Okay.
people talk about Tua where it's like, but you got this and you got that, and it's like, but the throws Tua has been making and the throws Tua can make, they're like that. But that whole scheme they got going on in San Fran, where it's like, all right, we got to worry about Christian McCaffrey. Period.
Yeah.
Debo, we got to worry about him. North, south, east, west.
Throwing the ball too.
We got George Kittle, who we're not going to be able to guard no matter what. Like it's like you got all these pieces where it's like Brock Purdy doesn't really have to do much.
No.
And it's I feel like it should and could get exposed come playoff time, but that defense might bail his ass out every time.
I mean, they've had some bad games, but um, yeah, with that defense and if a healthy McCaffrey is putting up 114 and 2 touchdowns, you don't have to put too much more on top of that if your defense is scoring a touchdown or something.
That
Something
defense is
happens.
ridiculous.
If you're holding
And
someone to 13 points, you'll be all right.
and Miami versus New York. Look, I'll say one thing. The Jets defense, if they stay like this next year for Aaron Rodgers, it's gonna be scary, because that defense, they are like that. They gave that Jets offense plenty of chances to stay in that game. I think it took them till like the end of the third, beginning of the fourth quarter to convert a third down. They converted a fourth down in that game before they converted a third down in that game. I mean, the Jets offense was not able to do a damn thing.
No.
And
And Tim Boyle,
that Jets defense though, with A-Rod next year, because I'm done. The
we're
season's
done
over
on
for
the
them.
this year deal.
There's
That should not be.
there's like Aaron shouldn't even consider coming back at this point. Like what? Unless you want to go 10-7, which it won't
At
happen,
best.
because you would have to come back next week and win every
game.
game. So nah, it's over. That whole
We only got 6 more weeks left of the regular season. This sucks.
yeah, it definitely sucks. But that's fine. We got plenty more coming in the off season. But 3-1. That was your Thursday and Friday.
I almost
and
picked
Friday
the
games.
Seahawks.
You almost did.
Then you hit me with that Kenneth Walker, and I was like, yeah.
Kenneth Walker, and it was like Gino was playing, but
Do you know who didn't play?
no.
Chase Young.
Chase Young played. Chase Young played.
Chase Young played?
Chase Young.
Why didn't you show me his stats?
He might not got any stats.
He's got nothing. Well, it's not even showing me zeros on it.
No, Chase Young, bro. I saw him and his dreads running around out there. I saw Chase Young. I saw Chase Young. Go look it up. Go look up Chase Young in his thing in that Thanksgiving 49ers drip, the throwback uniforms. Go look it up.
Those are sick.
And in Detroit's Thanksgiving uniform, we forgot a couple good uniforms we might talk about in the future. But
Yeah, there's a lot of uniforms to talk about in the future. A lot of them baseball. Maybe his stats aren't up yet, but all of these are showing no stats.
I'm telling you, I saw him. I saw him out there playing. I was like, oh look,
He was probably running his mouth on the sideline like he always does.
week 12 games.
Not doing a damn fucking thing.
We got week we got week 12 games to predict, Devin. Let me pull them up. Let's see what we got here. We got
I got him.
That's great. I'm so all right. What's the first game?
Colts Bucks.
Colts Bucks. Colts
Bucks.
Bucks. Hold on. Wait. All right. First of all, I got it up. You're all out of whack.
I don't know what your order is.
You're all out of order.
Where do you look it up? Because I just look it up. I just pull it up on Google.
You're all out of order. I'm not plugging where I get my shit from.
Ew.
I'm not giving no. I'm not.
Whoa, are you on a dark deep website, dude?
They can pay me. They can start paying us, and I'll tell you where I get my schedule from.
You don't want them to pay you, dude.
Saints Falcons.
Is there a lot of brown? Like, do people send things on that website?
Brown what? Finish your sentence.
In jars?
No.
No one's sending their matter of people.
I don't think so. I don't.
Is it one of those websites?
I don't. No. This is like a free. You can just go online and just easily access it. A lot of people use it for stats.
Well, I mean, they do have those websites where you send your.
You seem to know a little bit more than I do about it.
You send that feces in. You send it to someone else, and they have to guess what you ate.
You see, bro, I was just watching a video on Casey Anthony before we started the podcast.
Yeah, that's why you sent me that thing, and I was like, "Why did you just send me Casey Anthony?"
Bro, I know like Casey Anthony is like this crazy bitch.
I don't know much about it.
Okay, can we like do an interlude and talk about her for a second? Because I was watching some shit about her. She did not give a fuck like the entire time. So the whole thing was
she
like,
killer baby,
bro. The whole thing, and we're not gonna sit here and do a whole timeline on Casey Anthony, but she had a baby, and her baby was missing for 31 days before the grandmother called the cops and said something. And
a month,
yeah, and the whole time they're questioning Casey Anthony, and she's like. She's showing no emotion. She's held in jail, and the grandparents are visiting her. Her parents are visiting her, and they're like, "We're doing everything we can, yada yada." And she's just like, okay, like she did not give a fuck. So I just want to say, I'm after the pod, I'm gonna watch more shit about Casey Anthony. I guess I don't even know what you said made me think of that. We got week 12 games to predict, Devin. First game, New Orleans versus Atlanta.
This a couple years ago was a fucking throwdown showdown.
Drew Brees versus Matt Ryan. Come on now, it's all day. But now, I have two things. No clue. That's the first thing, and I don't care. I don't know.
No, I don't
Saints,
care.
Falcons. I'm going Falcons.
I'm going Saints.
Ooh, I love that you're doing this all prediction sheet. I can already feel it. You're going against me all week.
No. I think the Saints can win.
Sunday. There's no reason why the Saints are abysmal.
So are the fucking Falcons.
Yeah, but the Falcons have like something going on. The Saints don't even know who they want playing fucking center at this point. Like they don't have shit going on. But it's cool. It's cool. Maybe you're right.
Taysom Hill's playing center.
I don't care. Taysom Hill sucks.
Taysom Hill snapping into himself, doing a spin move, doing a front flip.
Steelers, Bengals, another AFC North loss. Now last week I got lucky enough to have Pittsburgh lose that AFC North matchup, but I do not think they're going to this time. They're probably.
You think Pittsburgh's winning?
Yeah, versus the Bengals without fucking Joe Burrow. I think that's 10,000% the goal. They're pissed they didn't beat Cleveland last week without D-Watt. They're beating the Bengals.
T. Higgins without.
Steelers have shit to play for, bro. The Bengals don't have anything to play for. Steelers are 6-4. They could get this dub. Look at 7-4 Steelers, but no one was expecting that but you 6 months ago for no reason. Nah, Steelers are winning.
All right, for that reason, for you shouting me out, appreciate it. Steelers. They
Oh,
need
you
to
wanted
be
to pick
second.
Cincinnati.
I did. They need to be second in the NFC North, AFC North.
Jags, Texans.
Jaguar. Ooh.
All right. I had the same thought. Like writing notes for this podcast, I had the same thought. Like it should not be that hard, right? It should be, in my eyes, it's probably going to be somewhat close, but the all right. I know the Texans, they want to prove like at this point in the season, I feel like they're probably like, yo, we're like low key like not that bad.
No.
But I feel like the Jags are like they gotta they gotta level up. They gotta put their foot on the AFC South
Well,
and
they're 7-3. If
Texans are six
Houston
and
wins this
four.
game, they're tied.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They really gotta level up and take over this AFC South, and I think they will. I'm gonna go Jacksonville.
Stroud's a bit of a. They did beat the Cardinals last week. They beat the Bengals with a bad defense. Panthers, Bucks, Saints, Falcons. They lost to. They lost to the Panthers. They haven't beaten anybody
The Jags are
but the
leveling up.
Jags earlier in the season.
The Jags are gonna level up.
Yeah, Jags.
Um,
They're not losing 2 to Houston this year.
Jags. Bucks, Colts.
Cox Bolts.
Bucks. Shout out Baker.
I don't even know who the. Is it still Gardner?
I think so. I feel like we haven't talked about the Colts in a month.
We haven't talked about them yet in
Like
a
I
very
feel
long
like
time.
we haven't predicted a Colts game in a
I
month.
forgot they were a team. Honestly.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go with the Bucks. I'm gonna,
I agree.
they still a little dub. I don't know.
The Colts can win. That's
they
because
they they
both teams
they
suck.
could put up 200 total rushing yards and just walk out that game with a dub. But New England versus the Giants. All right, we're okay. So these games are starting to get a little bad. I'm not gonna lie. New England versus the Giants.
Bill Belichick declines to announce starting quarterback for Week 12. What the fuck does that mean?
I'm going New England. I don't think Bill Belichick is losing to Tommy. I think he's going to run
I
up a
got the
little.
Giants.
I think he's going to come up with a game plan where they win like 10-6, and
Now,
they
I didn't like
they
seeing
steal it.
Tommy DeVito play well against us, but I think he lit a little bit of a fire in the Giants for whatever that's worth.
They could prevail. They could prevail. Panthers Titans, dude. All right, we got.
What the fuck?
We gotta start flexing these 1 o'clock Sunday games to like 3 a.m. Like and just get these
Yeah.
games. I'd rather wake up to the results of this game and just be like, all
Yes.
right, yep, this happened. Because I don't know. I mean, the Titans should win. The Carolina's 1-9. The Titans could just give the ball to Derrick Henry 60 times and they'll probably win.
I don't know why they don't do that.
I'm gonna go with Tennessee. Hesitation over
Yeah.
there?
No, I think Levis might have a good game. He'll have a better game than Brycey Young's. The Panthers, I don't know what they're tanking for. They just got their quarterback.
I don't.
Maybe Marvin Harrison Jr.
Devin, I don't think they meant to tank.
No, this is the Patriots. Maybe
No, like
some of the other teams.
The Panthers like got like Miles Sanders and Adam Thielen and Hayden Hurst. They're like, nah, we're building a squad over here. Like they didn't mean to tank, bro. Like
We coming.
I really don't think they meant to
This is
tank at
like
all.
this Panthers team is like Colorado. Strap some dogs on. I'm bringing my dogs with me.
Look,
Ooh.
there definitely were low expectations for the Panthers, but I 100% do not think they meant to tank at all. I think it was a total accident.
Yep.
Rams, Cardinals. See, here's the thing. I don't know how good the Rams are at this point. I really don't. I really have absolute zero clue
I
how good
don't,
the
but
Rams
they're
are.
better than the Cardinals. I don't even know who the Cardinals quarterback is. Kyler Murray.
Yeah, it's like his third week back, so it's Kyler
I've
Murray.
forgotten about him every single week.
And it's like Kyler's playing like he wants to win, but like you said, like the Rams are better than the Car. I'm going Rams.
How do I always forget about Kyler Murray? I don't know if that's a factor. I don't think it is.
I mean, it could be.
Rams, yeah, fuck it.
All right. Browns Broncos.
Browns.
Are you
Broncos.
sure?
Fuck, I don't know.
Are you sure, bro? Are you sure? Because look,
The Broncos have won 4 straight.
the Browns are a team that, because like their record, they have a chance. They have no reason to make some type of run at this point, but they're going to. Obviously, it's an NFL team. They're going to compete.
All right, you're picking the Broncos.
The Broncos are winning, bro.
Denzel Ward is out.
The Broncos show up, and next time y'all see our faces, the Broncos are going to have a winning record.
It's going to be weird. But I have no trust in Donovan Peoples-Jones. Not his name.
Nope.
Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I honestly said that with conviction. Like I was correct when I said that. What a fucking idiot I am. Jesus.
So you going with Denver or Cleveland?
Denver.
Okay. That's weird. It's been a while since I felt we both sat here and been like, Denver's winning a football game.
You know? I mean, I don't like the whole time that they were winning the past 4 games. I'm not sure I picked them.
One time,
maybe once.
I don't remember picking them. But Chiefs Raiders, finally a game that's not hard to predict. I hope so.
Oh, dude, I was just trying to pull it up so I could see it in front of my face.
Chiefs Raiders, but that should be pretty simple. Here is game of the week, though.
Chiefs.
Game of the absolute week in my eyes, and might answer a couple questions that we've had. Bills versus Eagles.
I'm not sure this answers any questions we have. These are 2 teams that are. One team is maybe does answer questions. The Eagles are a little overrated. They're good, but we don't know how good the Chiefs were when the Chiefs lost to the Eagles, but we don't know how good they are. The Bills, we know they can be much better. They showed that last week. This is really to see if the Bills are a real team, if the Eagles are dominant.
Look, I think the Eagles are one of the only teams in the NFC that can compete with the AFC.
Yeah, I think they're the only one.
They got 2 different motives coming to this game. The Bills are coming to this game at 6-5, kind of getting shitted on by the media and by the world.
Also needing a win. Like they can't lose this game.
But that's the thing. Like they definitely need to show up and ball, especially versus a 9-1 Eagles team. And I mean, for the AFC's sake, I'd love to see the Bills fall to 6-6. And let that phony 10-1.
But for the NFL's sake, I want to see Josh Allen in the playoffs.
Sure, I guess I don't. But the Eagles.
I mean, you don't, yeah.
The Eagles. I don't know, bro. I don't. Look, I know look. Sometimes we this is simple. Sometimes we have a lot of conviction. Sometimes we're confused. But it's simple as this. I don't see the Bills winning.
I do.
I just don't.
The Eagles beat the Chiefs last week because the Chiefs' offense is nowhere near what it once was or even close to what it was last year. I think the Bills are starting to click on offense, and I think that they can light up that Eagles D.
Starting to click on offense?
Yeah.
The Bills are starting to click on offense.
Well, they looked good last game.
The Bills are starting to click versus the Jets. The Jets, they lost to the Broncos, they lost to the Bengals. They barely beat the Bucks. They lost to the Patriots. Their offense is not clicking at all. No, I'm saying no. I'm not saying the Bills is a bad pick at all. Like I
No, I mean,
shoot for the
I feel
stars,
like
but I'm
they're
saying
starting to become more of a team.
I feel like if anything, they've been declining as a team. Like, have we not been talking about their decline as a
No.
team?
I mean, this year they've been dog shit all year, basically.
Whoa,
Even the
yeah, but
games they won.
uh, it, can we? Okay, let's agree on this though. If the Bills win, we're gonna be like, all right, all right, all right. Like, the Bills got some fight in them. They're legit. If they lose and they're sitting at 6-6, we're gonna have to start talking about them being a little bit of a wobbler. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to address.
What's a wobbler?
We're talking. They're on the fence, bro. Like they might be 8th, 9th seed by the end of the season. Like they might fall. They might not
Yeah,
even
no, they
make
might not
the
make the
playoffs.
playoffs if they're 6-6.
But I mean, I need to see the Bills win.
I mean, the cutoff for the playoffs in the AFC might be
10-7,
10-7,
11-5, or 11-6.
Yeah. Well, it'll probably be 10-7.
Look, the Bills to me got to win with conviction. They got to show up,
and I think they can. Well, no, I think
win.
If the Bills win in either way, I think if they win a close game or not.
No, I mean it can be a close game, but I'm saying if we show up next week and there are multiple blatant moments where it's like, all right, Philly should have won this game.
Yeah.
Then it's like that's what I mean by win with conviction, because there are certain games where we come on this podcast and we're like, let's be real, that team should not have won that game.
But the Bills usually don't win those games.
They don't, and we're gonna see Sunday Night Football.
Skip. We don't need to watch that game. Who cares? I'm kidding.
Ravens versus Chargers. Can I say one thing? If the fucking Chargers decide that this is the week
to restart their season,
they're gonna just show up, play a phenomenal game on offense. Their defense is gonna somewhat just be electric, and win this game.
No shot. Ronnie Stanley's back. Zay Flowers is playing. Odell might not play.
Ronnie Stanley is garbage. I don't care if he's back or not. I'm picking the Ravens, but I will say that I'm kind of worried. I'm definitely like I'm not sold. I'm worried.
You said this last week. You said this the week before.
No.
If you weren't a Ravens fan, you would be like, "Oh, Ravens all day."
But I'm not sold on this at all. Like the Chargers, we've been sitting here every week going like, bro, why are the Chargers not good? Why aren't they good? Why aren't they playing good? And then they show up this week and we're gonna go, oh look.
Yeah, but it's not good. A why.
Well, it's a they should be. It's a
they should be better,
but they're not.
Now we look at the Bills. Maybe we say, why do they suck? But not the Chargers.
The Chargers, we definitely sit here year after year and go, what the fuck? Why are
last year, not this year? This year, I expect it from them now.
Bro, they were winning a game. They were up 28-0 in a playoff game last year. They are a team that we expected to play good. They are a team.
Not. I mean, they lost Mike Williams.
And that plays a factor.
They haven't shown us anything this year, like at all.
Bro,
Austin Eckler hasn't done much.
Expectations.
Maybe preseason they had expectations, but not when the season started.
Bro, I think you're a little mixed. The Chargers. Did you get hit with like a Men in Black like flash and forget what we've been saying all year? Because the Chargers should be good. Now they've been getting Mike Williams out Josh Palmer out. They're rocking with a Keenan Allen, and we don't know when we don't know what's gonna happen to him. We got Austin Eckler worried about running back meetings, but it's Justin Herbert. We were just talking about how his prime's getting wasted, how he should be doing more
exactly
his career. But at the end of the day, the Chargers, all right, injuries definitely play a factor, but
the Chargers have never broken into like that hey, we're a top team status. They've been like, hey, we're an explosive team who can come out and get you.
But I feel like
But we're not a team that's gonna fucking light you up. We're not a team that's gonna go fucking 13-3 or whatever and fucking blow your face off.
I feel like every year before the season, we're talking about them like they could be, like they are one of those teams that
Yeah,
they are like that.
but they can't keep trying to do it with this same team. I know that their receivers they like and they're good, but they gotta bolster up their offense. They gotta fucking have a better coach. I think that's one of the main reasons. They suck.
Yeah. So you're going Chargers?
Losing when you're up 28 and then you fire your offensive coordinator sounds like someone had a problem.
So you're going Chargers?
Yeah.
All right.
No, stinky.
Monday Night Football, Bears, Vikings.
Can we get the fucking Bears off of primetime, please?
Look, this is another one where it's like
Vikings, Josh Dobbs, we're going for it. This is not another one.
it is, bro, because if Fields shows up like he did last week, it's not just gonna be Dobbs simple easy. Like no, Dobbs gonna have to show up and take
Dobbs will
Kirk's
show up.
job. He's gonna have to show up and do his thing. Still no
Did
Justin,
the Bears show up last week?
Still no Justin Jefferson. Bears damn near beat the Lions last week.
Jared Goff threw 3 picks. Get out of here.
I mean, yeah, I'm gonna go Minnesota, but I'm not. I don't think it's gonna be a blowout. Minnesota ain't winning by 14 points.
But they're winning.
They are winning. They are winning for sure. We got what do we want to talk about? We got some fantasy. I had some people play on Thanksgiving.
Same.
Let me pull that up. Let's see. All right. So in one league, I only had George Kittle play. So for everything else is Sunday. Josh Allen, DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris, Devontae Adams, Christian Kirk. I put in Denver's defense just because hopefully they just shut Cleveland down. Maybe I don't know. And then we got Philly's
Cleveland.
kicker.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, a couple of picks.
How are you looking? Let's see. Where are you at?
I had Dak, Brees Hall, and Mostert played. Dak had 46. Thank you to the worst secondary in football. Brees Hall had 13. Mostert had 26. So I'm starting off thick.
Your opponent had Sam Howell.
Yeah, because he's a fucking dummy, dude. He's like, I'm a Commanders fan, so I pick all the Commanders players. We suck. Don't pick any of us, dude. I was doing a half accent. I didn't go the full accent. I could have.
You can.
I know, but
I was say you can do any. Yeah, but no. Who was on his bench? Who was his other? Oh, I don't see another quarterback. Oh, Kenny Pickett. Okay, I see.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Who you got?
But I benched Terry McLaurin for good reason because he's just not getting the ball. He had 9 points.
Yeah.
But I got Henry
say,
in.
What's our Sunday lineup looking like?
I got Henry, Mike Evans, Nico Collins, Njoku. I don't know Njoku or Dalton Schultz. Who knows? I don't know. Bobby Okereke picked up a new linebacker. I got the Giants D against New England. Hey, I picked the Giants.
You did.
And I forgot I picked up their defense. And then Cameron Dicker the kicker.
Okay. So right now, in this other league, I'm sitting at just a 52% win probability. There we go. Got it. 52%.
I'm sitting at about 100
win probability. I did have Tony Pollard give me 19. Brandon Cooks give me 15 points. I got Josh Allen, Gus Edwards, Jamar Chase. My new tight end I'm rocking with Tyler Higbee, Adam Thielen, and then I got Philly's defense and Philly's kicker. Didn't really miss out on much. I mean, 15 points from Curtis Samuels on the bench.
Samuel's getting that ball a lot from
and only 19 points from Jared Goff. So I'm definitely expecting a little bit more from Josh Allen. Hopefully something better than fucking what we got from homeboy in Detroit, Jared Goff. But only thing I want to say about college football, this might be it. This might be the last time we talk about the Gators for a minute. because they're 5-6. Playing Florida State, who has a lot to play for. They're just right outside the college
Who'd you guys
football
just play?
playoffs.
Mizzou?
Yeah, we lost to Missouri,
Oh,
so
should not have lost that game, by the way.
should not have lost
What
that game.
happened late in that game that I was going to talk about and I forgot?
The I don't remember. I mean the fact that we let up a third or third and 17, fourth and 10.
It was like a 70-yard dump off play. You guys scored, then they scored back, and then you guys lost the ball and they kicked the field goal.
Look, at this point I don't even remember, but I will tell
It
you.
went to OT and whatever.
It'd be cool if we. It did not go to overtime. It would be cool if we.
No, it didn't. It was about to.
Yeah, it would be cool if we could ruin Florida State's season, get a bowl game, go 6-6, at least have something to brag about. But
well, they don't have Jordan Travis,
and we don't have Graham Mertz. So
no, the other guy doesn't look too bad though. He's like a running quarterback type.
I have no clue.
Against Florida State's probably not going to work. Yeah. Against Mizzou, it was working a little bit at the end of the game.
We'll see. We'll see. I really.
Jordan Travis went out when they were down to whoever they were playing. And then they won like 56-13.
Yeah.
So I don't know who their backup is, but he might be a dog.
I think they'll be all right. But hey, go Gators! I guess.
Fuck the ACC.
Let's talk about some NBA, Devan.
You're excited to talk about this one, dude?
So, bro, I'm excited to talk about this because I had a conversation with somebody. I won't say who it was, but it was a female.
How old was she?
It was a female. And she was kind of blaming her more than him.
You didn't even... All right.
Yeah, I'm ignoring your joke. So, Josh Giddey.
Blaming her? I don't know the story.
Josh Giddey, bro. So... apparently, the NBA, whoever is, they're investigating Josh Giddey. Apparently dating a 16-year-old.
Currently?
Having some type of relationship with a 16-year-old. So, like, there is...
Wait, this boy's Australian?
Now, look. Let me say this before people go crazy. Apparently, they met in a club. So, I will say, yeah, if you're in the club, you're probably going to assume that the people are of age. But I think we're talking about a guy who's about to get kicked out of the league.
I think that would be awesome.
I think it's so, and it's crazy.
There's a dude in the MLB, Wander Franco, who allegedly had a relationship with a 14-year-old.
Yeah.
But I think he's still on their roster.
Did that get swept under the rug?
It will be, yeah. I mean, he was suspended for the whole year.
I mean, do we want to talk about anything that's like on the court related? I mean, I will say Clippers, since Russ took that bench role, they have went 3-0. Now coming off the bench, he's averaging 8.5, 3.5, or 8.5, 3.5, and 5. So I mean, he ain't putting up the craziest fucking numbers. I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna make the joke.
Are you hating on Russell Westbrook coming?
No, I'm not gonna make the joke.
Oh, my bad. So Russell Westbrook comes off the bench to help a team play better, and they go 3-0, and the Warriors are 7-9. And you had something to say? Were you gonna say something? Did you want to say? Oh, you want to talk about the great game Chris Paul had, or the great game Draymond's had? Oh, fuck, he was suspended. He didn't play. That's right.
I think I was just gonna say.
Did you want to talk about the 33 points Steph Curry has to average? Similar. The 33 points Steph Curry has to average. Yeah, but that's the thing. Chris Paul has all the opportunity in the world to put up numbers because we got Paul George averaging 25, 7-4, Kawhi averaging 24, 5 and 3, James Harden averaging 17.5, 6 and 8. So I mean, yeah, Russ has got to. He's gonna have to get in where he fits in. But at the end of the day,
I'm not shitting on Russ.
You got Steph
but
Curry averaging 33 and nobody averaging more than I think maybe 17. It might even be low to 15. Ain't nobody doing shit except for Steph Curry and the Warriors. There is way too much ammunition on that Clippers squad for Russ to show up and put up more numbers than what he's putting up right now, especially taking the bench role. So, if you have anything else to say about Russell Westbrook, I'll gladly like to talk about it.
No, I don't like talking about the NBA.
I know. I don't know why.
It just turns into a bunch of garbage, dude.
It's not because I just spit straight facts at you. You don't know
I
what to
know, but
say.
it's a joke.
I know, but you were.
Russ is coming off the bench. He's on a team with 3 crazy scorers.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Paul that's his maximum amount of numbers he could put up.
Yeah, and then here's the thing: Russ spent in his entire career putting up crazy numbers. Spent 4 years averaging triple double. If he can, and Clippers aren't even my favorites to win a championship. But if he wins a championship coming off the bench, averaging these numbers, he still deserves the ring. He still
For sure.
after all the shit he did, whatever, bro.
Well,
I
of
don't.
cour's he's gonna get a ring.
But I'm saying it's not
But yeah,
like
he
he
deserves to
deserves
be a
the
part of that.
championship. He deserves
Yeah.
to be talked about. He deserves his roses, no matter what. So I don't really care.
I mean, who's getting the most roses on that team? Kawhi probably.
Kawhi always will, even though PG, if they somehow ended up winning the championship, it's gonna be the way it's gonna be because of Paul, because that boy's been balling. Paul George, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but yeah, no, Paul George, he's been balling. I also like Boston. I think that's my Eastern Conference favorites. I mean
They just beat the Bucks.
You got shit. You got Tatum 28 4-9, Jaylen Brown 21 3-5, KP 19.5 2-7. I like that big three. I like the squad. They got a great record. I can't remember what it is right now, but
12-3.
Yeah, I mean I like it. I mean now the Bucks I think are up there as threats. I'm over the whole Miami shit. I just don't really know, bro. All right, the Bucks have a squad.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, I don't know, bro. I think I just gotta ride with Boston for now. If I had to pick a favorite for the Eastern Conference, I think I'd probably ride with Boston.
I'm taking the Bucks just because we stay on fuck JT, but that's all right.
Also, yeah, I don't know why you hate Jason Tatum so much. We've yet to see really like the healthy big three in Phoenix play, which is a
They
whole
played a
other.
couple games though, or one.
I maybe, but I know Bradley. He's out for like another 2 or 3 weeks at least, with some back shit going on. And I mean, it's pretty much from the beginning of the year he hasn't been healthy. But that's a whole other problem that's a whole other fucking can of worms that might be open later down the road in this season.
No, it definitely could be, but it's like, like
But I mean, even
I don't know. It's that team's such a weird dynamic. You got 3 fucking lights out shooters. Don't have much else of a game.
you talk about weird
Book's got
dynamic.
a mid range. Beal's got a mid range. They all have mid range, but
Shit,
I don't know.
Dallas, they're 10-5.
Are they really?
Kawhi and Luka together averaging 54 points a game.
Kyrie.
Sorry. Kyrie
Yeah.
and Luka together averaging 54 a game.
They must have flown under the radar. I haven't heard a thing about
They got a little squad on them down there. I don't know how far
I don't hate that team.
run's gonna go, but it's definitely I mean shit. Kyrie's still putting up like 24 a game. I'm a little shocked at how good Dallas is doing.
Pretty tough.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm glad we could talk a little bit of NBA and not just talk about a weirdo in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't ever want to talk about that guy again.
No, but I mean, is that not crazy? Is that
no,
not?
it's nuts.
Is that
And the
not
fact
crazy?
that, but the fact that, you never stop to be like, oh, maybe this could ruin my entire fucking career.
But okay, like, bro, there are. I mean, maybe like you said, there was some fake shit, but I saw like they were showing TikToks of her like that had proof that she was like in high school, and it's like, bro. So you're telling me you're in the NBA, you're not checking IDs, you're not doing any background check, you're just fucking with this girl.
Does he not have he doesn't have a fucking agent or anyone by his side who's like, hey, dude, don't do that.
she's doing algebra homework right now.
Exactly.
You might need to check into that. But yeah, no, that is some wild shit, Devin. I'm not gonna lie. We do have a bracket. Do you want to take a guess? You want to guess what we're doing today?
We're ranking all NFL football games played on Fridays.
Yeah, I think it's like this game and maybe like a couple games that got flexed during COVID.
Or maybe some from the 60s.
We got 16 5-year wide receiver stints.
Oh.
16 5-year wide receiver stints. No, so we did 2 quarterback ones. We've done a running back one, but I feel like it'd be interesting to talk wide receivers. Now, what I
Are
have
we gonna do some baseball player stints?
if I run out of every single possible topic on this earth, maybe, 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 but like I would probably turn into like I'd turn into
Dude, Barry Bonds from like 2000 to 2006
dude. That's the problem though. Like
or 2000
that's
2005.
the thing. It'd be solely numbers for me. Like I'd be like, bro, that's higher than that. It's got to be him. I don't know. Like I don't know who did less steroids and had better numbers. You tell me. That's the only way I'd be able to figure it out. But
Who did less steroids?
this is what I want to. This is what I wanted to discuss with the wide receiver stats. So we got obviously games played, receptions, touchdowns, catch percentage, all their accolades, and then I want to talk about the quarterbacks that they played with during the stint. I have all the quarterbacks they play with written down in the stint. So I got you. I got all. I feel like that is going to play somewhat of a factor.
It will be a factor, yeah.
I think it will. Maybe it won't. Maybe it turns out by the end of this bracket it didn't matter at all. But I wanted to throw it in there just in case it played.
I mean, it won't be a massive factor, but you better have Megatron in here who's getting that ball from motherfucking Stafford.
And there's also people who were getting balls from a lot worse. We will discuss it. We will discuss it. But let me pull this up for you.
Who is Brandon Marshall getting balls from?
Brandon Marshall's not on this.
No, I know, but there was that. Who's that Jets quarterback or that? I mean, Chad Pennington.
Oh, Miami
or New York.
Who is he? Who is he playing with in New York? Fitzpatrick, Fitzmagic,
Sanchez.
I don't fucking know. I Brandon
Couldn't
Marshall's stints and I'll tell you, I looked on Brandon Marshall, he did not make the cut. I will say that. But can you see all
That's
of
fair.
this?
Torrey Holt made the cut though?
Oh, you're gonna feel stupid once I read you his accolades. So we're gonna get right into it. We got 1991, 1995, Jerry Rice going up against 2001 to 2005 Hines Ward. So, I mean, I can tell you it's not much of a discussion. So, okay. I mean, I'll start with Hines Ward's stats. Hines Ward, he played in 79 games. He had 5,474 receiving yards, 41 touchdowns, caught 66% of the balls thrown his way, was a 4-time Pro Bowler. Spent first couple of years with Cordell Stewart, switched over to Tommy Maddox, however the fuck you say it. And then Big Ben.
Charlie Batch?
Big Ben came to town. Charlie Batch, not much of Charlie Batch. Not really. Maybe like a game or two. But those were the quarterbacks he was running with. Now, Jerry Rice, 1991, 1995. He played in all 80 games, had 7,257 receiving yards, 67 receiving touchdowns, caught 80% of the balls thrown to him. 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pros, 1 Offensive Player of the Year award, and all 5 of these years were with Steve.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Steve won in 94.
So, I mean, like I said, first-round matchup, it's not going to be too hard for Jerry to move on because his Jerry Rice numbers are ridiculous. So, we'll talk about Jerry a little bit more, but we got 2014, 2018 Julio, 2007, 2011 Jerry Fitzgerald,
Jerry Fitzgerald.
So 14 to 18 Julio Jones, 77 games, 7,994 yards,
22 touchdowns,
31 touchdowns. He caught 65% of the balls thrown his way. 5-time Pro Bowler, 2 first-team All-Pro. All 5 years with Matt Ryan. Yep. Going up against Fitzgerald, 79 games, 6,480 yards, 49 touchdowns, caught 58% of the balls thrown his way, 5-time Pro Bowler, first-team All-Pro, 3 years with Kurt Warner, and pretty much 2 years of rotating bums.
Matt Leinart?
Yeah, sure. I didn't even bother writing down the names because there were just so many.
Well, Palmer played in 11, no?
Look. That's what I got. I got Fitz, I got Kurt, and then a bunch of just rotating bums, rotating bums. Now
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, just us being, us where we are in life. I remember a lot more of this Julio stint,
Yes.
and it was ridiculous. I
It
feel like
was it was sick.
there was a time where it was like, I mean, Julio might have deserved an Opoy.
Oh yeah. I mean, Julio was on his shit.
I mean, look, who do you think it is?
What were the yards difference?
Larry 648, 6,480 to Julio's 7,994.
Julio.
I was up.
How
What?
many TDs did Fitz have though?
49.
16 more.
Julio's 31.
I still think it's Julio. He's got another. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Julio wasn't the end. He wasn't the touchdown guy.
He wasn't. He
He was to
wasn't.
get you in the
He
field
wasn't.
goal range.
8,000
Devonta
8,000
Freeman's gonna
yards.
punch it in for you.
8,000. I mean, I'm not to spoil it, but that is the most on this. Julio has the most.
Yeah,
I don't
he
almost
was the
8,000
get you
receiving yards.
into the red zone, and then
Julio was
some others. He's
unstoppable.
not a D hop end zone type of guy.
2014, 2018, Antonio Brown. 2005, 2009, Steve Smith.
I was right. Matt Leinart played one game, a couple of games. Boom.
Right, yeah, rotating bums. There you go. So 2014 to 2018, Antonio Brown. He played in 76 games, 7,646 yards, 59 touchdowns, 67% caught. 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first team All Pros, played all 5 years with Big Benjamin.
How many touchdowns?
59.
I
59 touchdowns over 7,600 yards.
He was the touchdown guy.
Steve Smith played in 74 games, 6,134 yards, 40 touchdowns, caught 60% of his balls, 3 Pro Bowls, 1 first team All Pro, majority with Delhomme.
It is Delhomme, but sadly.
Look, Steve Smith's my favorite receiver of all time. I'm glad I could get him on the bracket.
And AB's my favorite rapper of all time.
But Antonio Brown is Antonio Brown.
I'm sorry, that's a big.
I'm gonna hold you to that too. Antonio Brown was a whole other beast, especially in that 5-year stint. He was
when he stomped that guy's fucking face.
I mean, it was him. It was him and Julio. Let's be real.
It was, yeah.
It was him and Julio. 2000, 2004, Torrey Holt. 1995, 1999, Chris Carter.
Vince had some crazy numbers.
So Chris Carter. Well, we'll start with Torrey Holt. Torrey Holt. He played in all 80 games. Had 7,368 receiving yards, 39 touchdowns, caught 62% of the balls, 4 Pro Bowls, 1 first team All Pro, 2.5 years with Kurt, and then majority of the rest with Mark Bulger.
That's a great fucking name.
Chris Carter. He put up.
Is that Brett Favre's stage name? I'm not Brett Favre, dude. I'm Matt Bulger.
1995, 1999, Chris Carter played in all 80 games, 5,855 yards, 65 touchdowns, caught 61% of his balls, 5 Pro Bowls, 1 first team All Pro. Warren Moon, Brad Johnson, Randall Cunningham were his quarterbacks.
Didn't have the yards, but 65 tutties.
Bro, the 65 tutties, look, it's cool.
But Torrey with the 7-3 or however many.
Oh, the yards is crazy. I don't even know who Mark Bulger is.
No. Who was the second guy you said for the Vikings?
Brad Johnson, but he had Warren Moon and Randall Cunningham.
But Brad wasn't the worst. I know who that is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. At least I know who bro is. So I mean, is it Torrey?
Yeah.
It's Torrey.
Marshall Faulk was a better receiver than Torrey Holt.
Shit, Christian McCaffrey. Well, Torrey, what's up with you and Torrey Holt?
I don't know.
All right, golly, he just moved on.
It started right when I saw his name. I was like, why is he on here?
99 to 2003, Randy Moss. 2006, 2010, Andre Johnson.
I was gonna come out and say boom, Randy Moss, but Andre was a beast.
All right. So let's talk about Andre then. So 2006, 2010, he played in 70 games. He had 6,358 yards, 38 touchdowns, caught 64% of the balls thrown his way, 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros. In 2006, he played with David Carr and the rest with Matt Schaub. Randy Moss, 99 to 03. He where is he at? He played in 80 games, had 7,062 receiving yards, 60 touchdowns, caught 59% of the balls, 4 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros. 99, he played with Jeff George, 4 years with Dante Culpepper.
Culpepper, yeah. It's Randy Moss.
It is Randy Moss, but I'm not gonna lie, not as impressive as I thought it was going to be.
What, 60 touchdowns? Not bad.
I mean, it's cool, but I like 59% of the balls caught. I feel like, bro, maybe be up there more with Rice and percentage of balls caught. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know if that stat is like
2 first-team All-Pros. I feel like if I look back at Randy, I would have thought he was pushing first-team All-Pro every year. I don't know.
Yeah, true.
2000, 2004 TO, 2016, 2020 D-Hop. This is one that this is a little interesting. So 2004 TO played in 73 games. He had 6,465 yards, 65 touchdowns, caught 61% of the balls thrown his way, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pros. He played with Jeff Garcia in San Fran, and then in Philly played with Donovan McNabb.
Jeff Garcia.
Yep. And then in 2016 and 2020, D-Hop had 78 games played, 6,476 yards. So, I mean, what? 11-yard difference? 6,000.
Oh, shit.
6,476 to 6,465. So D-Hop had
12.
D-Hop had 6,476 yards, 41 touchdowns, caught 64% of the balls thrown his way. 4-time Pro Bowler, 3 first-team All-Pro. He had 1 year with Brock Osweiler. D-Watt 6 games before he went out with injury, being replaced with Tom Savage, and then 3 years with D-Watt.
Tommy Savage?
Yeah. So
when did D-Watt get running up? 2021?
Say it again.
When did he get civil suited?
I guess 2021. So yards very similar. T.O. played in 5 less games and had 14 more touchdowns. No, I'm lying. No, 14 more touchdowns. Okay. No,
What are you doing?
Am I stupid? T.O. had 65 touchdowns. Diop had 41.
24.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. I'm
thinking that's a lot.
I'm thinking 55. No, 65 fucking touchdowns to 41 in 5 less games. It's T.O.
Yeah.
Look,
those are fucking beast numbers.
Going into this, I thought Diop would definitely at least make it out of the first round, but
not against T.O. I guess
those T.O. numbers were those T.O.'s numbers.
Who is a Hall of Famer, by the way?
Yeah.
We were playing Jeopardy one time, and it was like, is he a Hall of Famer or not? And I was like, it was like T.O., and I was like, yes. And then you're like, it said no. And you're like, I knew it. No, he's not. I looked it up. He's a fucking Hall of Famer. First ballot.
Yeah, no, T.O. should be a Hall of Famer.
He's a beast.
T.O. should be a Hall of Famer. 2010, 2014, Calvin Johnson. 2006, 2010, Reggie Wayne. 2010, 2014, Calvin Johnson. Where is he at? There he is. He played in. Oh, no, I lost him. He played in 74 games, 7,334 yards, 53 touchdowns, caught 58% of the balls thrown his way, 5 Pro Bowls, 3 first-team All-Pros, Sean Hill, and then 4 years of Matt Stafford. Going up against 2006, 2010, Reggie Wayne. He played in all 80 games, had 6,584 yards, 41 touchdowns, caught 65% of the balls thrown his way, 5 Pro Bowls, 1 first team All Pro, and had 5 years
with Peyton Manning.
Of Peyton Manning. It is
the sheriff.
No question, Calvin Johnson moving on.
Who's also, I mean, Marvin Harrison was on this team, though. No, I know, but in that late.
I mean, they overlap. I believe they overlap at some point. Yeah. 99 203 Marvin Harrison. 2018 2022 Stephon Diggs. So Diggs 2018 to 2022, the most recent 5-year stint we got.
Yeah.
He played in 74 games, had 6,340 yards, 44 touchdowns, caught 69% of the balls thrown to him. 69%. That's what
nice.
The second closest to Jerry with 80. 3 Pro Bowls.
Fuck it.
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. 3 Pro
They'd
Bowls.
stick them back then.
Stick them around the 90s. Yeah, no. 3 Pro Bowls, 1 first team All Pro. He had 2 years of Kirk, 3 years of Josh Allen. 99.
3 years of Kirk.
3 years of Kirk, 2 years of Kirk, 3 years of Josh Allen. And then in 99 to 03, Marvin Harrison played in 79 games. He had 7,594 yards, 62 touchdowns, caught 65% of his balls, 5 Pro Bowls, 2 first team All Pros, all 5 years with Peyton Manning.
How much does the Peyton Manning discount?
I mean, like, are you saying like do we knock off like 1,500 yards because he played with Peyton Manning?
No.
Like 1,200 yards, because even if you knock
and
that
a
off,
shit ton of how many touchdowns?
So it was 62 to 44, 7,500, almost 7,600 yards to 6,300. I mean, 69% of his balls caught, 65% for Marvin, 5 Pro Bowls, 2 first team. I mean, bro, it's Marvin Harrison, but like not by as much.
A decent amount, though.
Not by as much as we thought. I thought, at least.
Well, like unless you throw in a Peyton Manning discount,
bro. But he did.
It's a decent amount.
He did play with Peyton Manning.
But he also played with Kirk Cousins and Josh Allen. Those are 2 decent quarterbacks to play with.
They compared to Peyton Manning. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me right now? They compared.
If you put both of their talents together, yeah.
That's not what happened, though.
Wait, you're telling me these guys didn't morph into one guy?
Nah, that ain't how it works around here. Diggs.
Who says freaking gosh darn it?
I still like that.
I'm from Wyoming.
I feel like Peyton and Kirk would not get along.
No, I don't think Kirk gets along with anybody. Quite honestly, I think he's like the token guy. You're like, oh, we're gonna dress you up and make fun of you, but this is fun for you.
Kirk Cousins is like a. Which I just got what you said. That's hilarious. He's like
a dog that you dress up, and you're like, "Well, we're having fun." You're like, "No, we're laughing at you, brother." You put a dog in a costume, dude. He's like, "Whoo, whoo, everyone's looking at me." You're like, "All right, we're trying to get you involved here, dude. You suck."
Oh my god, that is beautiful. Kirk Cousins is like a Nickelodeon quarterback. Like if they had
he should be the Nick Player of the Year every year.
If they had a show about a quarterback, it would be Kirk Cousins. It would be a guy just like Kirk Cousins.
He's a cameo type of quarterback.
91, 95 Rice, 2014, 2018 Julio.
Rice?
I mean, all right. 80 games for Rice, 77 games for Julio. Rice, 7,200 yards. Julio, 7,994.
So 8,000
yards.
8,000.
Jerry has 67 touchdowns. Julio has 31. 80% to 65%. All right, I got it. I got the percentage. Whatever. 5 Pro Bowls for both of them. 4 first-team All-Pros for Jerry. 2 first-team All-Pros for Julio.
But they also didn't have receivers like that back in the day. Julio was going up against Comp to get those first-team All-Pros.
Yeah. That I will get. Yes, for sure. And the Opoy, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, to be the top, three receivers from each, or 2 receivers get an All-Pro?
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you.
2 or 3?
Probably 2. I don't
Two,
know. Either way.
maybe three, get a first-team All-Pro. That's tough in the receiver age of 14 to 18. Those were some fucking baller-ass receivers.
Yeah. I mean,
You're fighting with some dogs.
You're competing with people like on this list, like D Hop, like fucking AB. I mean, there's some people.
Well, different. Well, oh yeah, no, this isn't it's not an AFC NFC thing.
Yeah, no, this is all NFL. This is all
Yeah, no, you're competing with everybody. These are animals.
The entire league.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean the wide receiver comp for like the All Pros is tougher.
I mean, but Steve Young to Matt Ryan, that's not a bad.
No, I think that's pretty
fair.
comparable.
That's fair.
Like they're two top 15 quarterbacks of all time.
This might be the finals right here. Like this might be the best matchup we get.
Yeah, I know. But it's those fucking touchdowns for me, dude.
Right, it's the touchdowns and the fact that
but I don't know if they needed him. I mean, he wasn't a red zone guy.
Jerry Rice caught 80% of the balls thrown to him. Now, the crazy thing now the fact that nobody breaks 70, nobody else on this list breaks 70 has to say something about how.
Yeah. I don't know. I also don't know like how the stat is kept, you know?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Percentage of balls caught. Targets,
I guess.
Targets, receptions.
Fair.
It's not that. I mean, it's not that hard. That's why I rather look at the percentage than he was targeted this many times and caught this many times, because to me it doesn't really matter if you put up this number. If you put up this amount of numbers, it doesn't matter how many times you were throwing the ball, because you still caught 80% of them and put up these amount of numbers.
But here's the thing: like a guy like Calvin Johnson is targeted a lot, especially on that Lions team. A guy like Julio was targeted a lot. The second best receiver was Mohamed Sanu.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he's getting a lot of balls that aren't necessarily catchable.
Do you think it's Julio?
No, but I'm just trying to break down the stat a little bit.
I feel you, but at the same time, I don't know. I think maybe
I think Jerry putting up an 80%, and I think the touchdowns are wild.
Maybe I should have included targets. You know, he caught 80% balls with this many targets. But
I mean, regardless,
maybe that was my mistake. But I do think it is Jerry Rice.
I think so as well.
Yeah, Jerry Rice moving on.
I mean, Julio was like he was getting bombs, dude.
He was. And
Matt Ryan was
launching
that bitch.
Slinging that bitch. Matt Ryan was definitely slinging that motherfucker. We got 2014, 2018, AB, 2000, 2004, Torrey Holt.
AB.
I
don't know. Maybe.
Well, yeah. I mean, AB hasn't beat 20 more touchdowns than him. Only 300 more yards, 5 Pro Bowls to 4 Pro Bowls. AB was a 4-time first team All Pro to Torrey Holt's 1. 2.5 years with Kurt to Mark Bulger. Now, AB did get to play with Big Ben for 5 years.
Fair.
Caught 5% more of the balls thrown his.
But I mean, he was playing with one of the greatest offenses ever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kurt Warner was that guy.
AB. It's AB. It's AB.
Kurt from 98 to whatever was that guy.
It's AB. It's AB. It's AB. 99, 03 Moss, 2000, 2004 TO. Okay, so TO played in what is this? TO played in 73 games. Randy Moss played in 80. So Randy Moss has half of a season over TO in all this. TO had 64 over 6,400 receiving yards. Randy Moss had 7,000. TO had 65 touchdowns. Randy Moss had 60. TO caught 61% of the balls thrown his way. Moss caught 59. TO was a 5-time Pro Bowler, 4 first-team All-Pro. Moss was a 4-time Pro Bowler, 2 first-team All-Pro. TO got to play with Jeff Garcia in San Fran and Donovan McNabb in Philly. And Randy Moss had Jeff George and 4 years of Culpepper.
Jeff George?
Yeah.
Couldn't even.
I I really feel like it's T.O., and it's that 7-game difference that's getting me. The 7-game difference and beating
What was
him.
the touchdown difference?
T.O. had 5 more.
Ooh.
T.O. had 5 more and only roughly 500 less receiving yards. I mean, 5-time Pro Bowler, 4 first-team All-Pro. And this is the same time period, so we can't say like, oh, it was harder. I mean, it's a 1-year difference. So
Yeah, no, yeah.
4 first-team All-Pros to Moss's 2. I feel like that's big to me, especially being super close in the 5 years.
Especially playing at the same time.
Yeah. I think it's shockingly T.O.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
I think Randy Moss is very lucky he had that resurgence after Oakland
if you would have
and went
had,
and played with New England.
and that's the sad thing is, like even though he had that great year, I couldn't create a 5-year stint that involved that season.
No, because he was horrendous on Oakland, and then Tom Brady tore his ACL the year after.
Yeah.
In the first game.
2010, 2014, Calvin, 1999, 03, Marvin Harris.
This is an interesting list because, I mean, we talk about receivers like this guy's the greatest ever, this guy, this, whatever. It's like,
yo, T.O. was nice.
T.O.'s a dog.
T.O. was fucking nice. 2010, 2014, Calvin, 1999, 03, Marvin. So Calvin Johnson, 74 game. All right, so 74 games for Calvin Johnson, 79 games for Marvin. Marvin had 7,600 receiving yards. Calvin had 7,300. Marvin had 62 touchdowns. Calvin had 53. Marvin caught 65% of the balls thrown his way. Calvin 58. Marvin had 5 Pro Bowls, 2 first-team All-Pros. Calvin 5 Pro Bowls, 3 first-team All-Pros. 1 year of Sean Hill and 4 years of Matt Stafford for Calvin. And 5 years with Peyton Manning for Marvin. Did I say Calvin Harrison?
You probably did.
Calvin
somewhere.
Johnson. Y'all know what I meant.
Calvin Harris.
Y'all know
dubstep, baby.
Y'all know what the fuck I meant. This is a close one. Now the Peyton Manning thing is weighing a little heavy in my. Now I'm gonna tell you why it's weighing in. The percentage fit 65 to 58. Definitely no fucking duh. You're getting better balls thrown to you from Peyton Manning. I don't care how good you think Matt Stafford is. You're getting
sure,
better
but
balls.
here's that. Hey, Calvin's.
He's
really the only guy on that offense getting the ball,
and he like. Let's be real. You're looking at Calvin Johnson and fucking Marvin Harrison, who's going up for jump balls more often.
Exactly.
Calvin Johnson. Now the touchdowns, 53 to 62, not that big of a difference for me. Now Calvin was able to get one more, or he was able to get
one less All-Pro.
One more All-Pro. He had 3 All-Pro.
Oh, Calvin had 4.
He had 5. They both had 5 Pro Bowls, but Calvin had 3 All-Pros to Marvin's 2. So he was able to get one more Pro Bowl over All-Pro. Marvin. Now, that's... I think it's Calvin.
Are we throwing in that kind of Manning type deal?
I mean, it's the Manning.
I mean, this is Manning. I probably won an MVP within these years. I don't know.
To me, this is more of an impact, like than it was for the first matchup when we talked about Peyton Manning, because when you look at it,
it was a big difference.
It's very close, and Calvin beats him in some certain areas. And there's an easy argument to make where it's like, bro, half the time they were just chucking that bitch up to Calvin. So I mean, there are pictures of Calvin getting quadruple.
Yeah.
There's no picture.
And Harrison was a guy. Harrison was catching some of those. Like Calvin wasn't on slant routes.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin's up there fucking trying to be the hero because that's what they needed when they were winning 0 games. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I think it's, Calvin.
We got 1991, 1995, Jerry Rice, 2014, 2018, Antonio Brown. All right. Rice, AB. Let's talk about it. So, Rice played in all 80 games. AB played in 76 games. Jerry Rice had 7,257 yards to AB's 7,646. Jerry had 67 touchdowns. AB had 59 touchdowns. Jerry caught 80% of the balls thrown to him. AB caught 67% of the balls thrown to him. Jerry Rice, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pros, and an Opoi. AB, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pros. Jerry Rice, Steve Young, 5 years. AB, Big Ben, 5 years.
5 years. What was the touchdown difference?
67 for Rice, 59 for AB.
Not crazy.
AB had more yards, the same amount of first-team All-Pros, same amount of Pro Bowls. Caught 67%.
Just not that Opoi.
Bro, it's like, bro.
But that Opoi, that Opoi was hard to get in this time frame.
I guarantee you could pick a year and be like, AB could have gotten the Opoi that year. I guarantee you. I'm not going to go back and do it, but I guarantee you can.
Let me pull up I think it was quarterbacks winning Opois.
But I mean, I feel like
I know Breeze won at least.
I feel like we've been sitting here trying to come up with a reason for why Jerry Rice shouldn't move on. And until we do come up with that reason, I can't I still want to talk about it. Maybe you can convince me otherwise. I still can't put AB over him.
Well, those Opois that AB could have gotten. 14 was DeMarco, 15 was Newton, 16 was Matt Ryan, 17 Todd Gurley, 18 Patrick Mahomes. So no receivers, just quarterbacks and running backs.
Yeah, but all those Opois were legit.
DeMarco
had a year. But I don't know. What are you thinking? What are you factoring in? What are you thinking about? Big Ben versus Steve Young? Is that a factor at all?
Not really. I mean, I think they're quarterbacks you can put in the same tier. Maybe Steve Young a little bit higher. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like Big Ben's probably.
Big Ben's a slinger. I think they're.
I think Ben's chucking it a little bit more than Steve is.
But AB's got him beating yards. He's a little bit down in touchdowns.
The percentage, but the 4 first-team All-Pros. He got, bro. This, fuck. I don't know. Is it Jerry Rice? This Jerry Rice?
Yeah, but by millimeters.
By like a fucking hair. I mean, there's. I mean, I don't know. Yeah.
An inch is a mile.
An inch is a mile. Jerry Rice moves on. We got 2000 to 2004 TO going up against 2010, 2014 Calvin Johnson.
Now Dante Culpepper and fucking Matt Stafford, who's winning that fucking mid battle.
All right. So TO played in 73 games. Okay, I was going to say AB only played in 4 less games. I was just making sure of that last. So TO played in 73 games. Calvin Johnson played in 74 games. Very close. T.O. 6,400 receiving yards. Calvin 73. 65 touchdowns for T.O. 53 touchdowns for Calvin. 61% of the balls caught for T.O. 58% of the balls caught for Calvin. T.O. 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pros. Calvin 5 Pro Bowls, 3 first-team All-Pros. T.O. played with Jeff Garcia and Donovan McNabb.
Oh, McNabb, sorry, not Culpepper.
And 4 years of Matt Stafford for Calvin Johnson.
Well, McNabb and Stafford. That's tough,
dude. What are you talking? No, Jeff Garcia and McNabb.
Versus Matt Stafford.
No.
With Calvin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I thought you were okay.
Like we've got similar.
You were confused. Well, I mean, it's Sean Hill for a year and 4 years of Matt Stafford with Jeff Garcia and McNabb.
Yeah.
T.O. definitely kind has a better. I don't know. All right.
Jeff Garcia wasn't great.
No, but I mean, he wasn't. he was better than fucking Sean Hill.
I don't even know who that is.
Exactly.
Y'all know who Kirk Franklin is?
Look, y'all know who Kurt Franklin is. I think I'm not gonna lie. Look, I don't know, bro. I don't know. To be the jump ball guy and only be a 3% difference for catch percentage, he beats him in yards by almost 1,000.
Yeah,
I like Calvin here. I
agreed.
like Calvin
I
here.
mean,
Now I am worried about this final matchup just a little bit because I'd like for it to be a conversation, but I'm not really sure if it is. I'm not
I
really
don't.
sure if it is. We can talk about it though. So 80 games for Jerry Rice, 74 games for Calvin Johnson. So a 6-game difference. 7,200 yards for Jerry Rice, 7,300 yards for Calvin Johnson. Jerry Rice had 67 touchdowns. Calvin Johnson had 53. Jerry Rice caught 80% of the balls thrown to him. Calvin Johnson caught 58% of the balls thrown to him. Jerry Rice, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first team All Pros, and an Opoi. Calvin Johnson, 5 Pro Bowls, 3 first team All Pros. He played with Sean Hill in 4 years and Matt Stafford. Jerry Rice played with Steve Young all 5 of those seasons.
You know what's crazy? This is basically Calvin Johnson's career, and for Jerry Rice, this is 7 of his 22,000 receiving yards.
Yeah,
He
it
put up
is.
1,000 when he was 40.
Yeah, no, Jerry is a whole other fucking animal, and I think
Yeah,
that's another part of the reason why he's winning this 5-year wide
yeah.
receiver stint. Jerry Rice,
Like he
16.
played 5 years and was like, "All right, I have a Hall of Fame performance.
Just do it again.
I'm gonna do it 3 more times."
5-year wide receiver stint, 16 of them. Jerry Rice came out on top, which I did expect. I'm glad there
But
was.
the rest of it was more interesting than I thought. I didn't expect Moss to be that far behind.
See, like Moss falling behind, To making that run. I mean, shit. The Peyton Manning tax. I mean, that is Peyton Manning might have hurt this bracket a little bit,
Both
but
of them.
yeah, no. Jerry Rice, winning this bracket, not really a question either. But I think with that being said, Devin, we talked Thanksgiving games. We talked the Black Friday game. We talked all week 12 predictions. We talked fantasy. We talked some NBA. We played a bracket. I think it's, unless I'm confused, I think it's time to get out of here.
I definitely agree with that statement.
Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
Do your due diligence.
I like that. I like that. That's a good. That's a good tip for people. Well,
I'm not winking at anyone.
hopefully you enjoyed this episode of On It. Brand new episodes every Saturday and Tuesday. We'll be back on Tuesday to talk all of Week 12 games, review our fantasy, another bracket, MVP votes, power ranking. We got plenty to talk about on Monday or on Tuesday. With that being said, it has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.